Well, many believe and are saying openly they think a combined regionalism effort is crucial to the success of recruiting businesses here to the Tri-Cities.
Joining us now to talk about that in our studio are Network Sullivan County Partnership CEO Clay Walker and NetRep CEO Mitch Miller. Thank you so much for joining us.
I'm glad you all are here tonight. You are the ones that have to make the pitch to industries who are looking for a place to call home and are wondering, should I come here to this place called Tri-Cities right now? What do existing businesses you're trying to recruit say really is a challenge, or even what we've heard is a difficulty in trying to come here? What are they telling you?
You want to take them?
Start with you, Mitch.
Good try. Trying to be honest.
We'll share the wealth. Go ahead. There you go.
You know, it really comes down to workforce more than anything. One of the key things companies are looking for is a qualified workforce, which we have. I think some of the challenges that we face is we're at full employment. When you're in the low 3% range in terms of unemployment rate, you know, that's probably one of the bigger challenges, to find qualified workers to fill these positions when you've already got kind of a competitive climate.
Clay, what do you think? Challenges you face in selling this area. What are you hearing problems from them?
Well, workforce is the problem, but it's a problem everywhere, so we're not unique, so it's an opportunity to be successful. But we do have low unemployment, and there are issues within our workforce that are publicized a lot. Opioids is a big thing we hear a lot about. Certain educational attainment levels and how that is across the board. But you get your workforce three basic ways. The workforce that's out there may be underemployed, so we try to quantify that. Coming up through the pipeline, so we work with our educators and workforce development folks, and then your ability to recruit from the outside workforce. And that's where we can really shine. We're a different market than a lot of larger MSAs, but through a lot of the work that Mitch has done on quality of place, quality of life issues, on tourism related issues. That's where I think we have a unique product, and if we can get this thing ironed out, what's been a challenge is going to be successful. The other challenge we face, and I know it's the same old story and you get tired of hearing it, but it's the truth, is for traditional industrial recruitment at any rate, getting large sites with the mountains that draw us all here also present that problem of having to spend a little more money, take a little more time to develop those sites. But with the help of the state and TVA and other partners, we're kind of solving that problem.
You alluded to this a little bit about kind of dividing and conquering here. In the past, have you two ever worked together? Are you currently working together as a team to represent our region when you're going to these corporations to invite them to our area?
We're doing it right now. You know, one of the key projects coming from the state of Tennessee is a project that we decided we were going to collaborate on and have one voice. So, you know, that's a step in the right direction. Can it be amplified? Absolutely. But, you know, I love the communication that we've been able to create here recently, and I think there's opportunity for both of us to find, you know, a way to advance this region.
There's a memorandum of understanding, in fact, between the two of you as a result of this regionalism discussion. But at the regional forum, Mark Costa with Eastman made it very clear that he believes it's time to kind of start with something brand new, something that would replace even what you currently are doing. Do you see growing support for something that is brand new that would be a combined, truly combined, not just a memorandum of understanding combined? Clay?
Yeah, I think completely new, you might not have to do that. We've looked at doing it 3 or 4 different ways. I do think, you know, Mitch mentioned working a project together we're working on right now, and we do that a lot. We collaborate a lot more than we compete, and that needs to be understood to begin with. But I think what Mr. Costa was referring to was multiple points of contact and who does a business turn to. So I do think, and Mitch and I have talked about this at length, finding the right way, and it's going to be up to our leaderships, the gentleman that you were speaking to earlier, as well as a lot of other people, to determine that best course. But Mitch has done some outstanding work in our natural asset promotion, tourism events, people recruitment, which is a big, big thing for us. And maybe one answer would be to continue that work for the entire region. We shouldn't duplicate that because it's a program worth doing, but if Mitch is doing it, why not let him do that? And we're more expertise at some traditional economic development functions. If we split that up and formally we had those roles for the region, so we had different duties and responsibilities rather than different geographies, then I think there would be great benefit in that. I think it'd be hard for anybody to argue that point. Devil's in the details and getting everyone to understand and buy in. That's the challenge.
That was Networks Sullivan Partnership CEO Clay Walker, Mitch Miller, who is with NetRep, CEO of NetRep. Thank you so much, both of you, for being here with us tonight.
Sure.
Big discussion. Good to have your perspective. And stay with us. We're going to take a break and be back with the news at 6 in a moment.